You're now at Oxford United. How instrumental was Liam Manning in this for you?
Yeah, massive. I think he's a big attraction for players signing. You know, having a manager who has a good philosophy and a real way of doing things that's proved to be successful is a big attraction. Yeah, for sure.
Do you know any of the players in the squad?
I've played against them quite a bit. I don't know them personally, but I've played against them quite a bit, and I know they're all very, very good players. So that's another attraction to come and join Oxford United.
Can Greg Leigh uplift Jamaica National Team in Copa America as a versatile left back? This video is one of excitement, one that takes into consideration Jamaican fans' preference, and there has to be a reason why Mr. Leigh is selected by Coach Ali Grimson. So, this is the show to hear the news. Fall 7 times and stand up 8. This is a powerful quote that describes who Greg Leigh is. Greg Leigh has been playing for Jamaica well, and I know that the fans of Jamaica football, or those who watches football on a whole, realizes that this guy has transformed into the player that brings excitement and belief. Premier 7 is here to discuss the importance of such an awesome player, and I am here to deliver. The topic is, can Greg Leigh uplift Jamaica National Team in Copa America as a versatile left back? It is a question, and a question that is open for you, the fans, to answer. But then again, I will share my point. So of course, on the channel today, I will speak about Greg Leigh by way of a general introduction, his details based on profile from Transfermarkt, analyzing or assessing his strengths, weaknesses, and attributes thereafter. And before the show is being closed, I will speak directly on how can this wonderful player uplift the Jamaica men's national team for Copa America. But before that, I want to say that if you're new to the channel, please leave a like or watch the content, comment, and if you're impressed, you can subscribe. Premier 7 is also available on TikTok and on Instagram. And if you are an impressor of the contents being done here, and even if this video strikes moments of brilliance for you, you can then send a small donation or contribution to my PayPal account. Now, I just want to express to you, the fans, that in recent days, I have done a poll on Jamaica best or most informed left back pairings in a Greigh Leigh and an Amari Bell. And I received some votes by way of the poll question that says, who should be Jamaica Reggae Boys starting left back ahead of World Cup qualifiers and Copa America? And from the 54 votes, 70% says Greg Leigh, 30% says Amari Bell, and of course, this post received 5 likes, for which I am impressed with. People, thank you so much for the participation. And I want to say that this video is to follow up on such impressive answering from your selection. Greg Leigh is your choice, and he is a person that will be talked about. So, a general introductory discussion about Mr. Greg Leigh. Mr. Greg Leigh has a career of up and down. but he's a product of Manchester City Youth Academy. And I think that Manchester City is showing up in Mr. Greg Leigh. As we know, Manchester City has won 4 Premier League titles in a row, and to see that a product of their academy is doing well right now for his club team, it is impressive. Throughout his career, Mr. Greg Leigh, he played fairly well for Bury between 2016 to 2018. And the reason why I mentioned Bury was where he played most games for. But now persons are knowing him for his big impact that he's having on Oxford United, playing in excess of 30 times, 6 goals scored, and that occur within 2023 to now. Mr. Greg Leigh is a representee, of course, of Jamaica, whereas he played 9 times. But the brilliance is that he has scored for us before. And I just want to say congratulations to Greg Leigh and his team, Oxford, in reaching to another level, whereas football is concerned. Because Oxford United has made their way to the championship, which is absolutely amazing. And if you are impressed that our player in Greg Leigh has made an upliftment to his career, whereas his team has made room of brilliance, smash a like on the video. So it says here that Oxford United celebrates with victory parade through City after promotion. And I will not stay long on this video because, well, not on the video, but on this details. But I have to bring across the blessings for our players. So thousands of football fans lined the streets of Oxford United by way of the victory parade. And the team made their way through Oxford in an open top bus on Monday. They were promoted to the EFL Championship for the first time in 25 years after a 2-0 victory over Bolton Wanderers on Saturday. Ricardo Gardner, apologies for your team Bolton Wanderers, but Oxford, the dictionary, has banged your club's net with goals of vocabulary. So congrats to Mr. Greg Leigh and his team in 25 years, 25 years, and they have made their way in the EFL Championship. And can this be something of brilliance for Jamaica in Copa America, with Greg Leigh being a part of the team that can possibly help Jamaica National Team to go on another level for Copa America and then take that to the World Cup qualifiers that continues. Now, I want to just speak on Greg Leigh transfer market details because we want to see who is Mr. Greg Leigh and what Mr. Greg Leigh is about. I want to say that Mr. Greg Leigh is an impressive player, a player that on the pitch and off the pitch we see moments or continuous occurrence of him being a professional. So we are seeing here that for Mr. Greg Leigh, he can play in numerous positions, but mainly as a left back for his team. But he also can play as a left midfielder. And that speaks volume where the term versatility is concerned. So, whereas his statistics is concerned for this current season, Mr. Greg Leigh has been impressive for his team. And at the age of 29, I mean, he's making waves for himself. So 31 appearances in League One, 6 goals, 1 assist. That shows that this guy can score goals and he can make assists. And this is what Jamaica team needs. Somebody who can contribute. If the midfield isn't doing the do and the front line is struggling, a goal can come from your left back. But it doesn't say that he only plays 31 games in total. Throughout this campaign, 37 games and 6 goals with 1 assist. This is brilliant for Mr. Greg Leigh. And I think that Jamaican fans are excited by way of Mr. Greg Leigh. Because even though he is not the ideal person to score goals, because he's a defender, defenders are mainly known for making assists, but most importantly, defending. Greg Leigh is versatile to contribute in terms of goal participation and goal contribution. I just want to let you even know that for Mr. Greg Leigh, this is his season kicker for Oxford, and it is a brilliant thing to see that he is ranked in the top 10 best player this season for his team. And this is from Sofascore, for which I just decided to tie into the transfer market details to show that as a defender, whereas it is his first season, he is making room of improvements and he's playing very well because his rating as a defender is 6.95. Your first season and you're brilliant. Your teammates can trust you. Your teammates can believe in you. And even your coach believes in you. And when your coach believes in you, it is a ticket to your dream. You will get a lot more games and you will continuously represent. And if you continue to represent by way of being impressive, then your coach will have you as an ideal selection. And that is what is happening now for Greg Leigh and Jamaica. Now, Greg Leigh's strengths, weaknesses, and attributes is something else that we have to take into consideration because it is important to see how well this player is. So, whereas his strengths, weaknesses, and attributes is concerned, Jamaican fans will be impressed because we're seeing that the information that was said before by way of Sofascore, his ratings here exceeds 6.5. Absolutely phenomenal. 6.94, 6.73, 7.89, 6.83. Versatility in different positions. Impressive in terms of delivery. Excited in terms of going forward to make your team and national team fans believe that you are ideal. Whereas his strength is concerned, very strong in aerial duels, finishing long shots. Strong in terms of defensive contribution. Weakness, tackling, that is up for question. I am impressed to see that Mr. Greg Leigh is making us here as Jamaicans excited to see what he can bring to the Copa America. And I am not here to pressure the player, even though he has a mentality of what many persons would say as a phrase, a mentality of steel. He likes to cut on the inside and he doesn't dive into tackle. So we can expect that he will not be the player to give away unnecessary fouls, but fouls were necessary in a tactical sense. People, I know that you are happy that Greg Leigh is being selected as a Jamaican representative because the information here shown that he has made himself one that we can believe in. And once a player gain our belief, we will defend him. Even if he has a bad day, based on how he has performed before and continuously, if he make a few mistakes, we will not slaughter him. And that should not be the case. So, The information shared there is exciting because Coach Al Grimson will believe in Greg Leigh and he selected him to represent Jamaica. So, with more information to share on Greg Leigh, whereas his attributes is concerned, we want to dive down into the numbers. So, pace 75. So, we can say that he's a person who's a speedster. Stamina, he can go over 65-minute mark. So we can rely on him to play in games of high magnitude. Defense, 53, dribbling 65, not bad. Passing, he's not going to be the person who we expect to be the best pass of the ball, but he knows when to make passes because remember, he has that ability to contribute with goals. So you can expect for him to swing balls in to our striker or to our forward line players. Shots, 46. That is for now. But Greg Leigh has the ability to score goals, so things can improve. And he's a person who believes in himself, and we believe in him, so we are excited to see what else he can bring in store. So his main position, as we can see here, is of course left back, 83%. Other position, left wing back. He can play even as a left winger, but we won't use him there though. But the versatility is what he's all about, and that is brilliant. He's a specialist as a left back, so he's a jack of his trade there, and he masters his trade as a left back for most parts. So we want to say that he's a specialist with flexibility. All right, so I am impressed so far, and I am delighted to speak on the evidence seen here for Mr. Greg Leigh. Now, Greg Leigh, how could he uplift Jamaica for Copa America? How can he? How can he? And before I talk about such, how about a flashback with his brilliance?
And Reed is by the end line and serves it in front, and it's an early goal. What an incredible start. The Reggae boys are crashing the party. 30 seconds in. It was that quick throw by the end line and the late run by Greg Leigh, and Matt Turner beat.
All right. So, how can this amazing player uplift Jamaica for Copa America? I believe he can before I even start to talk about the team. So I'm going to work with a 4-2-3-1 formation because for me, balance is important and team chemistry. So the back line will be covered by, of course, our captain Andre Blake. Back four, Lemby Kisa being the right back, Deshaun Bernard, Ethan Pinnock being the partner in crime as the back two in the center back position, and Greg Leigh as our left back. Midfield, Lati Bodier as a utility player. He can play well there to me because of the chemistry that he has with Casey Palmer, who is going to be our number 10, and Damian Lowe. On the wing end, hopefully, Demarai Gray recovers. Bobby Reed as the right winger, and Shamar Nicholson. Then again, this is my predicted team, but to highlight the importance of a Greg Leigh. So Greg Leigh is here, right? This is him. He can up and down in terms of his movement because he has space. Remember the information shared? He has space. Greg Leigh can even play here if Coach Al Grimson wants to change the formation. Let's say to a back three. Whereas we're just doing something here. Splitting things right here in the middle. And Damian Lowe drop in where things is concerned. And we'll put Pinnock here. So we're playing a back three. Whereas this is concerned. This may not be the formation that Coach Al Grimson work with, but because I'm somewhat tactical with my decisions as well, I want to do something different in this case because sometimes your formation has to change whereas goals are concerned. Switch Bobby Reed with a Casey Palmer, because there are times when Casey Palmer can play a bit more deep, because he's good with his passes from a deeper line, and he can help with the defensive mechanism of the team. So Greigh Leigh, let's say, is a left midfielder playing as a wing back either in that case. Damian Lowe receives the ball, pass it to Greigh Leigh. Greigh Leigh can then make some runs here. Connect with a Demarai Gray. Demarai Gray can service the ball to a Nicholson who can score. Triangle is important where football is concerned. Casey Palmer, Demarai Gray, Bobby Reid. Say Latibo there breaks up a play and pass it to a Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer to a Bobby Reid to Demarai Gray, back to a Casey Palmer who saw Greigh Leigh make a brilliant run from the flank up forward, and Greigh Leigh will service it to Mr. Shemar Nicholson. I am highlighting some importance of Greigh Leigh. Let's say we have a set piece, whereas Casey Palmer will no. Let's say a Bobby Reid takes the corner. The box will be crowded here, right? And Greigh Leigh could be the man to score by way of his aerial ability. So there could be more that could be said about the player, but I'm just highlighting some key inputs that he can do for Jamaica. He can contribute to Jamaica defensively as a defender, which is his main role, right? That is his main role, to be as a left back. And whereas connecting the dots is concerned with the midfield, he can do so as well. And stringing plays, whereas Mr. Casey Palmer, Damian Lowe, and Latibo there is concerned, he has to make himself big as a force who will deliver by making passes to those players where necessary. Remember, he's not the player who will commit and make unnecessary fouls, but a player who can make contributions or make tackles where deemed necessary. So people, this is the breakdown on a Greigh Leigh. And I think and should believe that you guys are excited about his input so far for Jamaica and what he has been doing for his team, who has been promoted to the championship, Oxford FC. So what do you think about Greigh Leigh? Can Greigh Leigh uplift Jamaica National Team in Copa America as a versatile left back? The question and the floor is open for you to have your say. It is now my time to go. Take care and goodbye. But of course, your comments will always be considered on Premier 7. Bye-bye.